basically the way.
Okay. Okay.
So it says that are we being recorded?
Yeah, I was about to tell you this. So the idea behind this is, remember Valeem said that they just need like one session, a recorded session.
Yeah,
So I was like because we haven't had a class for long, so I was like, let's
yeah.
record today's session and then are you okay with it? You have no problem?
Okay. I just got a bit scared because it just popped up
No,
on my
no,
screen.
no. I was about to tell you before I should pop the button. That's my mistake. Like I just like pressed the button and then it started recording. So yeah, that's I hope that's okay. And
That's fine.
yeah, so that's
I was
that's
just
what
telling
these.
you that so Dubai basically they've kept on. They said that they were going to open on the 26th, and they said they basically keep on delaying it. So just a heads up.
Yes.
They've been like it might not be on the 10th. That's all I'm just trying to.
Yeah, yeah. So again, so I know that, and this is primarily why I mean, I booked my ticket for the airline again. So for the what's the airline, man? I mean, Qatar Airways. So that's
Yeah,
primarily why I booked for the Qatar Airways. So yeah, let's see what happens.
yeah, that sounds good, sir.
So did you get a chance to like work on to things like how's the scene at your case like?
I've done quite a bit, sir, since we last left. I'm just trying.
Yeah,
I did
I mean,
I've done some of the links you did. I did some of my own on Save My Exams. Save My Exams actually changed their format. It's actually kind of better now, in my opinion. But like, so like you can actually like check your own answers and like they have these video links like that tell you if you're wrong, how to do it as well. Pretty decent as well.
oh, chalo, zabardast, zabardast. That's great. That's great. Um, that's good actually.
Yeah. Um, I'm just trying yeah. So most of the thingies that you sent me in, I didn't really face too much difficulty on. Some of them, sir, I just had to look back through my notes and just remind myself how to do it.
Okay.
Um, some of the chemistry questions, like I think I did all right in them, but like uh, I just like there was a problem with me when explaining the methods and stuff, and that was a problem. The equations I did all right in. Uh, what else? Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, and like
let's go like paper by paper, and
okay,
let me open. So I've shared with you, right? Wait, let me just.
sir.
Yeah.
Can today be like a 1 hour lesson, sir?
Ha, say yes, sure. It's fine. It's fine. I
Yeah,
realize that you must. Do you have like some commitment, like at
yeah,
your end?
yeah, yeah. There's like a dinner thingy at like in an hour and a
Oh,
half, and I have to be there. So is it fine if it's 1 hour today?
yeah, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's completely all right.
Yeah,
When you mentioned that, and I mean, like in the when we had this conversation in the morning. So
yeah,
again,
yeah.
so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Completely all right. So
Oh
again,
yeah,
so
and sorry about the confusion in the morning, sir. I thought when I said it, when I said 11 a.m., I thought 11 a.m. my time, but it was 11 a.m. your time. So
yeah,
I
because
was ready at 11 a.m. Yeah, sorry.
because I was waiting. I messaged you as well, and you didn't reply. So I messaged your mom.
Yeah,
I asked her that
yeah,
is does Ibrahim, because I was not aware of your travel plans.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I was not sure like what exactly is happening at your end because we haven't had a conversation. So that
yeah,
was the reason why I. So again, so that's all right. Let's try and fix that tomorrow. So what we
yeah,
did, I think the last time we met was I gave you some of the physics paper, right?
yeah,
And then I again, so the physics paper, I think that you were probably doing, or that was for the homework, and I gave you the marking scheme for that. I gave you some paper for
yeah,
math, and I gave you one paper for chemistry. So I think there
yeah,
were like five papers all together.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Two for one for physics, 2 for maths and
Two
2
for
for
maths and two
physics.
for chemistry, right? So what do you want to go with that first? Like which part? Like do you want to start off with chemistry paper, or do you want to go with maths or physics? Like what your call?
Um, can we do the chem paper, sir?
Yeah, sure. So there are two ones. So there's one like 2017 Unit C1 and Unit C2. Which one?
I'm trying to wait. What's the thing you called? It's called 5C as paper reference. Wait, let me go back. It's 2017 QP Unit C2H edX. I don't know
Okay,
what it
Unit
is.
C2H. Okay, okay, wait, let me open this. Unit C2H. Um, yeah. So perfect. So what exactly do you need my help with? So let's start with the question. Which question should we start? Like, okay, so yeah. So I have opened the
Okay.
paper. Just let me know which one.
Um, this question, sir. Wait, not one. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. One B, sir. 1B. I had the same question in my exam, right? But I drew you know how you told me the energy profile diagram where you
Yes.
have to like actually, yeah. Because it said heat energy, sir. I thought it was reactants at the bottom, then products at the top. But then, like, I saw the marking scheme, and then I realized I was incorrect again. But then, sir, if it's heat energy, there shouldn't now be reactants at the bottom and products at the top.
Wait, let me go through the question. Let me go through the question. So, okay. So if you look at the question, it's one part B, right? So the question says that
Yeah.
the reaction between magnesium ribbon and dilute hydrochloric acid produces magnesium chloride and hydrogen. The diagram shows the energies of the reactants and the products. Okay, reactant and product. Explain what the diagram shows about the type of reaction occurring between magnesium ribbon and dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, so if you just look at the diagram, so this is an energy profile diagram, right? So the first thing that comes to your mind that this is an exothermic or an endothermic reaction. Now, if you just
Yeah.
recall the energy profile diagram for exothermic reaction, how does it look like?
Exothermic, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Would it not be because it releases energy? Would it be like reactants high and then products at the
exactly.
bottom?
So if you look
Yeah.
at this question, and so if this is the energy profile diagram, so the reactants are at the top and the product is at the bottom, correct? So
Yes, sir.
now we have established that, and you just said that in an exothermic reaction, the reactants have a higher energy and the product has a lower energy, and the differential amount of energy is lost to the surrounding. We know that this energy profile diagram is for an exothermic reaction, correct?
Correct.
Right? So it's a 2 mark question. So the first says explain what the diagram shows about the type of reaction. So we have established the type of reaction. The type of reaction is an exothermic reaction, right?
Yeah.
And that occurs between magnesium ribbon and dilute hydrochloric acid. Now you
Yeah.
just need to explain that a little bit. So why this is an exothermic reaction? This is an exothermic reaction because in an exothermic reaction, the reactants have a higher amount of energy compared to the product, right? Why?
Yeah.
Because when the reaction is happening, a lot of energy is lost to the surrounding, right? So if I complete this energy profile diagram, this is how the energy profile diagram would look like, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And where
Yeah.
this green arrow is essentially the activation energy, right?
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
vertical distance between the reactant and the product, this thing is
Yeah.
called the change in energy, or we also call it as enthalpy change.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this is
Okay.
an example of an exothermic reaction where the reactants have a higher energy, the product has a lower energy. And why is that? Because in an exothermic reaction, heat energy is given off. Hence, a major chunk of the reactant's energy is given to the surrounding. And hence, the product that
Okay.
is formed as a result of it has a lower energy because in an overall reaction, energy is lost.
Okay. Okay. That
Okay.
makes sense.
All right.
Okay.
So what's next?
It's a 6 marker here. This neon question. So if we go to question 5D,
5D.
it
Wait,
talks.
wait, wait. So it goes 5, 1, A, B, C, D. Yeah. So D. ठीक है हाँ बताओ what's the problem?
I don't understand what the question. I know it's talking about explain why in the sample neon has a relative atomic mass 20.2, but I don't know whether it's asking me to like do some calculations or explain how the atomic mass is 20.2.
Okay. So let me read the question. The question says that a sample of neon contains 90% neon 20 and 10% neon 22. An atom of neon 20 contains 10 protons, 10 neutrons, and 10 electrons. Describe the structure of neon 22 atom and explain why in this sample the neon has a relative atomic mass of 20.2. ठीक है अच्छा सबसे पहले तो the first part of the question is you're supposed to describe the structure of a neon 22 atom. Now they've mentioned in the question that typically in a neon 20 atom, there are 10 protons, 10 neutrons, and 10 electrons, right? So how would a neon 20 differ from a neon 22? What are the additional two things that neon 22 will have that neon 20 won't have?
Extra two neutrons.
Exactly, extra two neutrons. So in a neon 22, you'll have the same number of protons as neon 20, which is 10. You'll have the
Yeah.
same number of electrons as neon 20, which is 10. But instead of having 10 neutrons, neon 22
Yeah.
will have 12 neutrons,
Okay.
right?
Oh, okay. That's literally it. I don't have to say
Okay,
anything
make
more.
sense? Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is the first part of the question where it basically asks you to describe the structure of neon 22. Right. Now, the
Okay.
second part of the question says that explain why in this sample, the neon has a relative atomic mass of 20.2. Okay. Now, when we are calculating the relative atomic mass, there are certain things that we need to basically adhere to is because again, so I'll just give you an example. Chlorine has a relative atomic mass of 35.5, right?
Yeah.
The question is why is it 35.5? I mean, you wouldn't have any neutron that is zero point 0.5, right? Or you don't have any proton that is half. So
Okay.
the idea, the concept behind this lies with isotopes. Now, isotopes are basically atoms of the same atomic number but different
Yeah.
atomic mass. In this particular question, they have presented you two different isotopes of neon. One is neon 20, the other one is neon 22. And the only difference between isotopes is the number of neutrons that are different. One has 10 neutrons, the other one has 12 neutrons. Now,
Okay.
in order to explain how this works is, whenever they're dealing with questions, they instead of taking both the isotopes separately, they take out the average atomic mass. Now, the atomic mass for neon 20 is 20, right? And the atomic mass for neon 22 is 22,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
instead of taking both neons separately, what scientists did is they basically combined and they basically took the average atomic mass, right? So they both
Okay.
took both of these, right? Now, typically in mathematics, a simple average is you take two values and you divide that by two, right?
Okay.
That's a simple
Yeah.
average. But would that be justified in this case, considering that the question says that a sample of neon has 90% of neon 20 and just 10% of neon 22?
No.
But they're
So
not in
would
the
you do you calculate like the relative atomic mass?
exactly. So this is how, so here you'll explain them and show some calculations on the relative atomic mass. So first you have to basically tell them that what a relative atomic mass is. I mean, they've asked you explain why there's a difference. And you have to tell them that
Okay.
the difference lies is because of the fact of having a relative atomic mass, which is an average mass of atoms,
Okay.
right? So what you do is, the first thing is you need to know, there are a couple of things that you need to know. The first thing that you need to know is you need to know the percentage for
Yeah.
each type. And the second thing that you need to know is their atomic mass,
Okay.
right? So in order
Yeah.
to calculate the average, what you have to do is you have to take the percentage of the first atom, multiply
Yeah.
by the atomic mass of the first atom. Then you will
Okay.
add, in this case, the percentage of the second atom and the atomic mass of the second atom.
Okay.
Now, in this particular scenario, you have one neon 20 and the other one is neon 22.
Okay.
So let's take neon 20 first, right? Neon
Okay.
20 is 90%. So the atomic mass is 20 for neon 20, and the percentage for neon 20 is 90%. So
Okay.
instead of writing 90%, I'm writing 0.9 because 90% essentially means 0.9.
Okay.
90 divided by 100, that's 0.9. So 0.9 plus, what is the percentage of the second one?
Um, I think it was 90.
It's done. 90 wala, it's done. What's the second one?
Oh, second one, it's 20, right?
It's no,
20%.
20 is done. 20 is done. So 90 ke
So
baad, we won't have 20 now. You just left with 10.
yeah, but those are two percentages, right? So we have,
Yeah.
oh yeah, sorry, 90% and then you have 10%. Sorry, yeah.
Yes, yes. So the second percentage is 10%, and you multiply it by the atomic mass, which is 22, right?
Don't you like divide it by 100, sir? Like fully, like
So
at the bottom.
exactly. So 90% means 90 divided by 100.
Yeah.
What is 90 divided by 100? Use a calculator.
Okay. Um, 9/10, 19 divided. It's 0.9.
So that's why instead of writing 90 divided by 100, I directly wrote 0.9.
Oh, okay.
Similarly, in this case, instead of writing 10 divided by 100, I just simply wrote 0.1.
Okay.
Okay. Now calculate this. 0.9 multiplied by 20 plus 0.1 multiplied by 22.
Okay. 0.9 multiplied by 20. 0.1. I got 20.2, sir.
Look at the question. The question says that the relative atomic mass is 20.2.
Does that answer the question, sir, or is it just
Yeah, it answers the question. So the first part of the question is that you describe the structure of neon 22 atom. You describe that it has the same number of protons, the same number of electrons, but instead of having 10 neutrons, it has 12 neutrons. Okay? The first part of the question is done. The second part of the question says, explain why in this sample the neon has a relative atomic mass of 20.2. It is because in this sample, you have 90% of neon 20, 10% of neon 22. So if you take out the average atomic mass of neon of this particular sample, the average atomic mass or the relative atomic mass is going to be 20.2. And you have
okay?
calculated that.
That makes sense. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, I get it now.
Perfect. So what else do we have?
There was another question, but I think I get um the right answer because it was talking about like how argon is a filament or what, but it's because it's inert. I get it now, sir. Otherwise, the rest
Oh,
of the paper is fine with it. Yeah.
so did you get a chance to mark yourself?
Yeah. Out of I think this paper was out of 100.
Yes, it was out of 100 probably. Yeah, yeah. No,
And
it's 60.
most
It's out of 60. It's out of 60.
it is. Oh,
Yes. Yes, it's out of 60.
wait, let me recalculate my percentage because I calculated 88, but I don't know, maybe I was doing something wrong. Um, so one, two, three, four, five, six. The questions that you helped me with, should I just count those out or should I include those as well? What should I say for those? Because I left them out. Should I just
No,
keep
just don't include them in out of 60. So
okay,
just
okay,
mark yourself, like just remove those questions.
okay. So out of 52, I got 44.
Zabardast. That's great. That's very good.
Yeah.
That's a very good score.
Thanks.
So yeah, I think this is a very good score indeed. So yeah, so that's how you should be like working in this regard. Okay, perfect. I think this makes sense.
Yeah.
So nothing else. Are you sure about it?
Yeah, nothing in this paper.
Okay, so shall we move on to the other one?
The other chemistry paper?
Yeah, any paper that you like.
Or
I mean, if there's anything that else you want to discuss, because again, so since we'll be so until you are on your vacation, I am trying again. So help me out with this. What would you like to do when you are on your vacation? Do you like to do papers on your vacation, or do you like to study new material on your vacation?
whatever you want, sir. I don't really mind.
So because again, so I'm not really sure exactly what's the circumstances around your vacation. So again, so if I'm teaching you something new, you need to be very vigilant with that, because again, so all the following topics.
Better, probably be better to do what we're doing right now. I think it's working fine, and like to teach something new. I think I can do that myself, to be honest.
हाँ तो मैं इसलिए कह रहा था कि because again, so if I teach you something new, that would be like you have to like revise it before you move on to the next one, because everything is connected.
Yeah.
So I think we should keep it like that. ठीक है. I think this works fine for us. So anything else, gentlemen?
No, sir. I mean, the thing with maths is, sir, I did get I got questions wrong in maths as well. But the thing is, like, I used the mark scheme to correct myself and try and see where I went wrong. But I understand what I did wrong in my maths. And
Mm-hmm.
physics also, I did well in physics, I think, and the questions I got wrong was pretty self-explanatory as well for that, to be honest.
Okay. Okay. ठीक है. So I think so you have checked all the other papers yourself.
Yeah, I got the mark schemes for them and I checked them myself.
Perfect. So I think so shall we start with another paper like today?
Sure, sir.
Okay, let me just see which paper, what have we done? So what do you like to do? Like just name a subject and then I'll take the paper for you out.
Math, sir.
Math. Okay, so in math, what we have done is we have done we have done, okay, we're done with January 2019, right? So, and what we did in January 2019, so one HR and two HR. Okay. So let's do June 1 HR. Let me share this on WhatsApp with you so that you can get hold of this. So yeah, I've shared it on your WhatsApp.
Sir, do you think I should time myself whilst I'm doing these, or should I just go at my own
Yes,
pace?
yes, please do. Please do. That's the most important thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to track your progress.
Yeah, okay. So how much time do you think I should give myself for these papers? Like I was giving myself like 1 hour, I think 45 minutes or what?
I mean, so see, it depends. So again, so just look at the time for the paper. So for example, in this case, the time for the paper is 2 hours, right? Try to complete this paper in 1.5 hours. Aim for
Okay.
that, right? So if you're going to complete that in 1.5 hours, I think you'll be in a much better position to